Hello and welcome back, Tech Stalkers. Today's video will be a math video. We will be continuing to talk about conic section. So today's video will be about circles. It is a very simple topic and we will be solving four examples. So yeah, let's begin. So as you can see in front of you, in circles we have two different standard forms. Now the difference is very simple. This standard form is for a circle that is centered at 0, 0 or the origin. That's why it doesn't have a h and a k. And here for circles centered at hk. Alright? So hk is the center, okay, of the circle. Okay, so let's recall some knowledge. This is the center of the circle, hk, alright? Now the distance from the center to any point in the circle is called r, the radius, alright? So as you've seen here, for a circle centered at hk, x minus h plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Now if we want to find the value of r only given h and k and x and y, we'd put a square root. So this is, as you can see from the picture here, so this is a trick to remember both formulas, alright? So this is essentially all you're going to need. If the h and k is at the origin, this becomes 0 and this becomes 0, and we will get this equation. So it's really this equation that you should memorize. Alright, so let's begin and solve our first question. We're given h and k over the center, h and k, okay, minus 3 and 1. And we're given, so these are h and k, and we're given x and y. When you're given x and y, you're given a point on the circle, okay? You're given a point on the circle, and the point is 2 minus 1. So now we will imply or use the formula that we just wrote. So let's write my formula. x minus h squared plus y minus k is equal to r squared. Okay, so first of all, we know that we will need this equation because this is like the starting point of everything. Alright, so let's read the question again. Write an equation for the circle below. So what we need is to write an equation. Okay, that's cool. We have h, we have k, but wait, we don't have r yet. So what we're going to do first is to find the value of r. And as I just said, to find the value of r, now r is squared. We have the value of r squared, but to find the value of r, we need square root each side, right? So the square root here cancels with this one. So okay, r is the square root of x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. Now let's continue and plug in our values, alright? So what is x here? It's 2, right? So this is x, y, this is hk. This point and this one is this point. Alright, so 2 minus 3. 2. So minus h is minus 3 because my h is minus 3. So minus becomes plus 3. Squared plus, what is y? Y is minus 1. What is k up here? It's 1. Alright, so 1 minus 1 squared. Alright, now let's simplify everything. Okay, so we have the square root. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 squared plus minus 1 is minus 2 squared equals r. So if we simplify this further, we have 25 plus 4 equals r. Okay, and r is equal to square root of 29, right? Because 25 plus 4 is 29 under the square root. So yeah. So what is r squared? Well, if you square this and I added a square here, this will cancel with this one and I will obtain, let me write this in right, okay. So r equals 29. Sorry, r squared equals 29. Again, r alone equals square root of 29. So we want to find r squared because we can use it in our equation. In this equation up there. That's why we need r squared. If we square both sides, we have r squared, and here the square cancels with the square root, and we have r squared is equal to r squared is equal to 29. So now that we have our r squared, so let's write this down. R squared is 29, h is equal to minus 3, k is equal to 1. Let's find the value, not the value, sorry, the equation that we have. So the equation would be x minus h. So minus 3 is actually plus 3. Okay, squared plus, what's next in the formula? Y minus k minus, what's k? K is 1 squared is equal to 29 because r squared is 29. So that is the answer to the question. That is my equation. Alright, let's solve another example. Write an equation. Okay, I driving it straight, like forward as soon as I see the question. So take a minute, stop the video and take your notes and read the question. I left this here for reference. Try to solve the question first. Okay, and then resume the video. So alright, now that you have stopped the video and wrote down some notes, let's read the question together. Write an equation for a circle if the endpoints of the diameters are 7, 6, and -1, -8. Let's break this down. They give me the diameter of a circle. So first of all, let's draw the circle. Okay, this is the center. And they gave me the diameter from here to here. So I have one endpoint as 7 and 6 and the other one as -1. minus 8. So first of all, let's find the center with the midpoint equation. I think you've came across it in like 8th grade. Okay, so what we'll do is we will uh, all right, so sorry, so um, what we will do here is this plus this and this plus this divided by 2. How is that going to work? We need to find the h and k, right? So we have, alright, I'll have to write this with a smaller font. Okay. So we have for the x, we will do x plus, 7 plus minus 1. Okay, we're just adding the x's divided by 2. And for the y, okay, this is in a big bracket. For the y, we have 6 and minus 8. We're plussing 6 and minus 8 over 2. So when I just wrote minus 8 straightforward, that means 6 plus minus 8 is 6 minus 8, right? So now my h and k is equal to, what is 7 minus 1? 7 minus 1 is 6 over 2. And for my y, 6 minus 8 is clearly minus 2 over 2. Alright, so let's simplify this further. So remember, for the, okay, before I explain the formula for you, so h and k is equal to 6 divided by 2 is 3 and minus 2 divided by 2 is minus 1. This is my center, okay? So how did I get here? So this is a point and this is a point, and the diameter is a segment between these 2 points, right? To find the midpoint, which is the center, we can use this equation, all right? This equation, x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. All right, this is it's called the midpoint formula. You must have taken this around 8th grade or 7th grade. So yeah, this is how I got my center. All right, now that I got my center, I want to find the radius. So now from here we will do exactly what we did for the previous example. We will plug in the center and we will plug in one of the points we're given, okay? Alright, so I will use the point 7, 6, and I will use my center. So this is my h and k, and this is my x and y. Alright, let's write the formula. R equals square root x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. Now let's substitute in the formula. R is equal to, my x is 7 minus, what's my h is 3, minus 3 squared plus y, which is 6, minus 1 is actually plus 1 because minus is plus squared, and then this simplifies to 7 minus 3 is 4 squared plus 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 squared, alright? And this is equal to square root 16 plus 49. And now it's time to use your calculator to calculate the final thing. 16 plus 49 is 65. And if r is equal to square root 65, r squared is equal to 65. Alright? Now we finally plug all of that in our equation right here. Okay, so we know that r squared is 65. We know h and k, which is the center, is equal to 3, negative 1. Okay, now let's write the equation. So we have x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Now let's substitute in the equation. X minus h, what's my h here? It's 3, right? Squared plus what's my y minus k squared. Sorry, the square should not be inside, it should be outside. Okay, so the k is minus 1 or negative 1, so minus 1 makes it a positive 1. All right, squared equal, what's r squared? It's 65. And this, my friends, is the final answer for this question. All right, if you feel you must, or you need to repeat this part, play it all over again and take your notes. Okay, now we were given, this is a simple question. We're given the equation x squared plus y squared equals 100. So look at this standard form. This is when the center is 0, 0. Okay, so they are asking us for the center and for the radius. And this 100 is r squared. R is the radius. Alright? So the center is 0, 0. This is by definition because h is 0, k is 0, and as it says here, the center is 0, 0 for this type of equations. So center equals to 0, 0. Now the radius, we know that r squared is 100, so we square root both sides. This goes with this, and now we're left with r is equal to 10. All right. Okay, so how can I graph the circle? It's simple. I will show you how to do it manually, but if you want a straight result or quick result, you can use decimals, and I will show it to you after showing you the table method. So in each function we have x and y, input and output. So input is the point you choose, right? And the output is y. And whatever order pair you get in here, you plot it on the graph, right? So x, for example, I choose my x to be 1. All right, so my x is 1, so x squared is also 1 plus y squared equals 100, right? I want to find the value of y, so I will do y squared equals, okay, so I want to move this 1 to the other side, minus 1 here and minus 1, this is gone, this is now 29. All right, now I will square root both sides to get the value of y y is equal to root 99, which is approximately, now use your calculator and type 99, 3 root 11, or approximately 9.9. And this what you get. So if it's 1, this is 999. Now obviously if we do x is 0, I'm free to choose whatever point I want. So if x is 0, this is gone, y squared is equal to 100, and then y is equal to 10. So you can do a whole table, you can use an external tool to do it, and then you each x and y points or pair you get, each ordered pair you get, you plot on the graph and you get your circle. But there's an easier method to do so. So we just take the equation, which is this one, x squared plus y squared equals 100, and we use decimals. If you're free at home, you can use decimals always. So this is our circle. As you can see, this is the center of our circle, 0, 0. Our circle is 10. So one point of the circle is 10 units away from the center, and the whole diameter is 20 from here to here. Alright, so that's one method to graph the circle. Now I might do, before I move to the find the center of the radius example, I may upload some videos about graphing conic sections including circles, but I might not include the graphing part in this video, so you might wanna either search it up online or just wait for the videos to get released. But generally the thing that I just gave you is enough, especially for circles. It's so easy. It's like a normal function. You put your x, you find y, you plot it on the graph, done. Now let's move to our last question. I hope so. Yeah. Okay. Find the center and the radius of the circle with the equation, as you can see. So this equation is not in the standard form. Alright? We need to make it in the standard form. We need to change it to the standard form. So take your breath. You can stop the video here and write some notes. Try to do it on your own. I'll wait for you here. Alright, now that you have paused the video to try to solve it on your own, let's solve it together. Alright, so as you can see, the first thing you can do in any equation like this is to move this constant to the other side. So now we're left with, yeah, and before I write the equation, write x's beside each other and y's beside each other, okay? So I will write every x term next to the x term, to other x terms, okay? So x squared minus 8x plus y squared plus 12y. As you can see, I use the x squared and the 8x from the equation because some people get lost and they'll be like, where did you bring this from? It's all from the equation. Okay, now that we've moved this minus 12 to the other side, it will become a positive 12. Alright? Now we will divide this into two halves. We will try to complete the square on each side. Now remember from the last video how I taught you how to complete the square. So what's 8 divided by 2? It's 4. What's 4 times 4, or what is 4 squared? Yes, it is 16. And here, what is okay, so okay, what is 12 divided by 2? It's 6. What is 6 squared? It's 36. Well, we're not done yet. We added 16 and 36 here. Yeah? We must plus them here as well. Alright? Okay. If we move to the next step, we will be completing the square. Okay, so what is the square root of 16? It is 4. We have a minus and a plus. That means we have a minus because minus always wins over the plus. And we have the x. Alright? This turns into a plus sign because this doesn't even exist. I just wrote it not to confuse you. Alright? And now we will move to the y. What is the square root of 36? It is 6. We have two pluses, that means we will have a plus. And we have our y here. Alright, we're done for the right side. Okay, we're done for the right side, sorry, the left side of our equation. Let's look at the right side. We just need to plus these together. 12 plus 16 plus 36 is 64. Alright, this looks like an equation of a circle, right? It's in standard form. We have our h and k and r squared, right? So let's do what they wanted us to do. They asked for the center, hk, and the radius, r squared, right? So the center is so easy to get, to obtain. The center is hk. Our h here is 4. We do not count the minus. If it's plus, then it is a minus, okay? So our h, the k here, we have plus 6. That means our k is minus 6, okay? So this is our center. Okay. Now they want the r, okay? So the r squared is 64. If we square root, well, okay, let me put this in a box so we don't get it mixed with other things. Okay, if we square root both sides, okay, how has happened here? Right, so we're left with the square root of 64, which is 8. So my r is 8, my radius is 8. See? Easy. And yeah, this was the end of today's video. What you must have memorized from today's video is the most important equation in this lesson, which is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. One more thing that you can use for finding the center is x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2.